So here's something interesting. ChatGPT. So a few weeks ago, I tried to have ChatGPT solve a Wordle, and it did not go very well. But there's a new version of ChatGPT out now, ChatGPT 4. It's a paid subscription thing, and so I have signed up for it, and I'm going to give it a try and see if it's any better at solving Wordle. Now, as before, the longer version of the whole solve is going to be here on this channel, and if you just want to see the short version of it solving the Wordle, the edited shorter version will be over on my puzzle solving channel, so link in the description if you want to see that one. All right, so here is ChatGPT 4. Now, we have a cap of 25 messages every 3 hours, so I'm hoping we can do it in less than 25 messages, so I guess we'll see. Now, after my last video, people pointed out several reasons why ChatGPT probably is not very good at solving Wordles. So it's trained to learn what words are based on just assigning a number value to each word. It's like, cup is 1, and paper is 2, and house is 3, and, etc. like that. And so it doesn't really know house the way we know house. We know house as a collection of the 5 letters House, but ChatGPT knows house, the word, as number 6785 or whatever. And then it learns relations of words to each other. So it knows that house is related to window and door and things like this, and home, and that people live in houses, but it knows that it knows that number, 8,000, which is people, live, which is number 6,000, in a house, which is number 9,000. Things like that, right? So it knows that like 1,000 do 8,000 and 6,000, something to that extent. So it doesn't really know letters making up words is the point. It knows what the words mean, but it just has them classified as a number. And it doesn't really understand letters and how those work. So, it probably understands something like, a plural means there's more than one, right? And so house becomes houses and things like that. But it's going to have a hard time with, think of a word that has these letters or doesn't have that or has an R in the 4th position, because it doesn't think of words the same way. So anyways, we'll see if ChatGPT 4 is any better at this, any smarter. So let's just ask it. I'm going to play a game of Wordle. What is a good 5-letter starting word? Let's just go with that and see what happens. All right, a good 5-letter starting word for Wordle is table. It's not terrible. Common vowels and consonants. I don't know that B is super common, but that's not terrible. So let's go ahead and start with table and see what happens. Okay, and there's a B. So there you go. Shows how much I know. All right. So we've got the A and the B. Okay, so I'm gonna try to, we had some trouble last time with it remembering things, so I'm gonna try and give it the information that it needs. Right? I guessed table. The T, L, and E were gray, meaning those letters are not in the answer word. The A and B were yellow, meaning they are in the answer word. The A is not the second letter in the word. The B is not the third letter in the word. So I'm trying to spell out what it means, because and even when I did that last time, it was a little confused about what it means by second, third letters, those kind of things. But we're gonna go with that, and then we're going to say, what is a good next guess, considering the information we have already? Okay. A good next guess, considering the information we provided, would be brava. It's not terrible. That's not terrible, actually. So B is most likely to be at the beginning, I think. And it does check 2 spots for the A, and we have the yellow A. Now V's not great. R is a good letter though. This isn't a terrible follow-up guess. I don't think that's too bad. I like that. So let's go with brava. Okay, and there's an R. So there we go. Okay, so, and we now know where the A is. So I don't know that I'm gonna, should I tell it that we know where the A is, or should I just tell it that we don't know where it is? See, I don't know how much I should help it and how much I should let it flounder. I'm gonna let it flounder for now. So I'm going to say, I guessed brava next. The B was green, meaning I also don't know which spelling of gray it wants to use. It should be fine with either one, theoretically, right? I did the EY before. I'll do the AY this time just to mix things up. The B was gray. R was yellow, meaning the answer word does have an R. Maybe position is, describing it as the second position is the problem. That's how I described it before. This time I said not the second letter, but let's do it that way, but is not the second letter in the word. I mean, if I tell you that it's not in the second position, you kind of know, oh, that means it's not the second letter. But, you know, to a computer, describing something a different way could make a difference in how it understands. So the R was yellow, meaning the answer word does have an R, but it is not the second letter in the word. We also now know the A is not the third letter, or I'm gonna say fifth letter. Could say last, should be the same thing, but. And I'm not gonna tell it that the A is not second. We've already told it that. It should be able to remember that. So we've got this much, that should be everything we need. What is a good next guess, considering the information we have already? Oh, and I should say, what's a good next guess, considering the information we have from this guess and our previous guesses. Because I want to make sure it's not just using the information from Brava, and it's also using the information from table. There we go. Let's see. Given the information from your previous guesses, a good next guess would be board. Places the A in a new position. It does not. It's not a terrible guess otherwise, but we do know that A is fourth. Now the question is, should we keep going or correct it? That's the question, I guess, right? I think I'm going to go ahead and correct it. Last time we just let it do its thing. I think I'm going to go ahead and correct it. We actually know the A can't be second, third, or fifth. Does that change what our guess should be? How about that? We'll give it a chance. We'll give it a chance to correct itself. Apologies for the oversight, given the updated information. A better next guess would be braid. It doesn't get it. It doesn't understand. I like that. It gives me a guess with an A in the third position. I say, we actually don't know. We actually know that the A can't be third. And it says, oh, sorry for the oversight. Here's a better word that also has an A in the third position. Braid is worse than board because the R is in the same spot. I'm just gonna say we now know. It does know. We now know the A is the fourth letter. Given that information, along with the previous information, what should we guess next? Given that the A is the fourth letter, the word starts with B, and R is present but on the second position, a good next guess would be Nope. That is not a good. All right, I'm gonna go with its original board guess. It's better than brain or braid, I think. So why not? All right, we're gonna go with board. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, so we probably can figure out what this is now because it's B-O something A and the R is either third or last. If it's there, what would that be? Nope. Oh, borax. It's gonna be borax, isn't it? Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough word too. All right, well, I'm gonna see what ChatGPT can do. I guessed board next. The B is still green. We now know the A is the fourth letter in the answer word. Let's say this. Can you guess what the answer is? I'm pretty sure it's borax at this point, but I'm just gonna see what ChatGPT thinks. Given the information provided, the answer should be bowler. Oh. Is that a word? If that's a word, then that's possible. No, there's no L. Oh, there's no, what? Avoids the grayed out letters TLEV. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Bowler actually has an L. There is no L in the answer word. I'm gonna say apologies for the oversight. Boars. No, because we know. Has an A as the fourth letter. It's so dumb when it comes to positions of letters. It's so weird. I mean, it seems like such a simple thing. You know, it's funny because ChatGPT and AIs in general and stuff, these things, they're very smart in a lot of things, and it's surprising the things they can do. And then it's so dumb on something like this. Let's try this. What words start with B-O-R? What five-letter words? Five-letter words start with B-O-R-A. See if it can do that. There's one five-letter word that starts with B-O-R-A. See, it knows that. So it's funny, because where is the disconnect, right? It knows there's one word that starts with B-O-R-A. Borax. Like, it knows that. So is it a counting issue? Is it a counting thing where it can't count? Let's see. Where in the word borax is the letter X? The word borax, the letter X, is the fifth and last letter. See, it's weird how it seems like it knows it, but then it seems like it doesn't, right? What five-letter words start with B-O? Let's see if I can do this. What five-letter words have the form B-O, some letter, A, some letter? Now, that's something that if I said to a person, they would clearly understand what I meant, right? But let's see if it can understand that. Five letters would be O, some letter, A, some letter. That's crazy. The first two were fine, right? But the third one is not that form. And we know that it knows borax is B-O-R-A-X, and that the X is, it's so weird. So weird. Okay, well, the answer is clearly borax. I think ChatGPT has once again failed. You know what? Let's see if ChatGPT can play some other puzzle games. I'm gonna have ChatGPT ask if it can play some other puzzle games. I'm gonna do that in a separate video. So link in the description and up above and all that jazz at the end here to another video where I'm gonna test ChatGPT on some other puzzle games. Maybe we'll do, Hangman. Hangman would be interesting. I suspect it's not gonna be good at Hangman. We could do Hangman. We could do Tic-Tac-Toe would be an interesting one because that's a fairly basic puzzle game. We could do rock, paper, scissors. That would be interesting to play against AI. So I'm going to do all those in another video. So check out that as well. But I'm going to say that ChatGPT has failed to solve the Wordle, but I am going to succeed to solve the Wordle. The answer is going to be borax. And there we go. So, I mean, it kind of knew that was the answer, but it kind of didn't. It's really interesting how it seems to understand positions of letters sometimes, but other times it's clueless. And it's just weird. Where's the disconnect, I wonder? So I don't know enough about, behind the scenes and how it all works to understand that, but it's very interesting. So there you go. ChatGPT didn't really do any better than the last version of ChatGPT. I think it's a lot better at a lot of things, but solving Wordle is not one of them. So there you go. It wasn't really designed to solve Wordle. It was designed to chat with people. So interesting. It's designed to be really good with words, yet it's not very good with words in certain ways, right? It's good with words in one way, but not in another way. Just very strange. So anyways, there you go. Go check out my other video where I'm going to see if ChatGPT 4 can solve some other puzzle type games. And let me know what you thought of ChatGPT's guesses and what you suspect might be going on behind the scenes there. And anything else you'd like to see me test ChatGPT on in the future. I think it'd be fun to do some more. I don't know. We'll see.